Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil doesn't make up happen.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning I want to turn on this Becky quick. While the average man looking at this sad like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5'6". I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stop pick. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's from pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounce. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thought, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, open up some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up watching them can make profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and die. Now I watch moves in the Nasdaq. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETFs, making profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up watching them can make profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that, but in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up watching them can make profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the Nasdaq. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETFs. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? And make profits. Hey, Shug, Mike, what we doing? And make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? And make profits. That TTG money gang, and making profits. We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. Happy Friday. Hope you all had a wonderful week. I hope you had a fantastic first trading day of the month. We say goodbye to the week, but we say hello to March. And since today is Friday and it's a day that ends in a Y, the market makes a new all-time high. That's pretty much how it goes these last couple of months, these last couple of weeks. Seems like new all-time highs basically every single time that you take a look over at the markets, and today was no different. So welcome, folks, to the True Trading Group live stream. Where do we go from here? How much further can this market rally take us? How much higher do stocks like NVIDIA, Broadcom, AMD, your semiconductor names, how much higher can these stocks go as they're all breaking out to new all-time highs today? NVIDIA, AMD, Broadcom, semiconductors across the board, new all-time highs. How much further do those stocks have in their gas tanks? We'll talk about it all. My name is Michael Edward Parinati. I go by Michael Edward. I'm the co-founder and head trader of True Trading Group. And in case you guys didn't know, we are a Benzinga FinTech Awards finalist for the best data analysis tool back in 2023. And we are also the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform that combines university level trading and investing courses with premium stock market tools, live workshops, individual mentorship and coaching for stocks, options, crypto, and futures. We also cover all styles of trading, day trading, swing trading, also long-term investing. There's literally something for everybody inside True Trading Group. Now, we take that university level of curriculum, we combine it with today's top financial tools that are worth about $5,000 a year on their own if you were to pay for them directly by yourself. Now, when you join True Trading Group, you don't have to pay for them because they're included in your membership. These tools include Benzinga Pro's real-time newsfeed, You're going to get congressional trading data, a simulator to let you practice trading with fake money, the trading view charting software, the trade idea scanner, unusual options, activity options, flow, dark pool data, short data, analyst ratings, and so much more we'll talk about later. But when you join our community, yes, you're going to get all of our trade alerts. Yes, you're going to get all of our courses, but you're also going to get all these tools. These tools give you an edge. And unfortunately, most retail traders don't use them because they're so expensive. When you join True Trading Group, though, you guys do not need to pay for any of these tools. They're all included. Of course, you will also get access to our members, the most educated, helpful, supportive, and successful community of traders you're ever going to find, not to mention the real-time trade alerts from the moderators and myself that collectively as a group have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate of just around 80%, now going on roughly the last 4 years. So if you're wondering why you should be listening to anything it is that we talk about or I talk about on this channel, it's not because I think I'm the world's greatest trader. It's not because I have a 100% win rate, but it's because I just simply did not figure this stuff out on my own. I began my career working at T3 Alpha Fund in New York City, my first job right out of college, where I had to go through an educational training program before they let me touch $1 of their money. And then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession and the stock market crash, but also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now, fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader of True Trading Group. And like I said, along with my team of 9 professional trading moderators and an over 30-person staff, we've helped thousands of members from all over the world reach their goals. We actually have members in 115 different countries, truly a global community here at True Trading Group. So if you guys are ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you've come to the right place. 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, we go live on this channel with myself and other TTG Pro trading mods and special guests. We'll drop golden nuggets to give you free lessons and education and trade ideas that can help you all become better traders. So if you have not yet done so, smash that like button, show some love, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, make sure you never miss out on any of these live streams. We're dropping golden nuggets on a regular basis. Now, full disclosure, the position that I currently am in is Carvana long. I'm long Carvana from $74. Stock is currently trading at 83. And I've been in this for the last couple of days. It's paying very, very well for us. It was triple-digit gain on call options for members that entered this trade with me on Tuesday. So we got in on Tuesday. We took a bunch of profits off on the table, and I'm holding on to a runner still. So if you guys caught my live stream on Tuesday, my video on Tuesday, we took the trade right here. That $74 break. We took profits off into this breakout, and then we are holding on to a runner, and we are right back up pushing towards those highs right now into the close. And I'm still holding on to a runner just in case Carvana gets up into this region and continues to experience a little bit of a short squeeze going into next week. Carvana is a stock that has a pretty heavy short position. And to be honest with you, I don't really see a major resistance level until you really get up to around $99, $100. You have a minor level right here at 83. And this is the area that we're pushing up against. So you do have, there's that 3-day resistance top right there on Carvana. As we look back, I'm going to zoom this in just so you guys can see where I'm getting this level from. It's not a major level, it's a minor level, but here it is. Okay, so this is the area that I'm looking at here. That's the minor level that I'm seeing there at 83. So that is a little bit of a mark there. Now I didn't take profit off at 83 today because I took profit off at that level of 83 on Tuesday when I originally entered the position. So I've just been holding on to this runner as we're back up to 83. And if we can get through 83, I think this thing could push up above 90. So I'm trying to hold on to a little bit of a runner here. And as we go all the way back, that $83 level, let's go all the way back to 2020. And you can see a nice little double bottom support right there at 83. So that's kind of that last real level that I see until you're going to get up into the 90s. So that's what I've been trying to, hang on here for. There's that 83. If we can get through that on Monday, then you can get a candle that looks something like this on Carvana, maybe get a little bit more of a short squeeze, and maybe we can eke out a little bit more profit there for us on Carvana. Okay. New all-time highs today in the overall market. You also have this DELL that's actually pushing to the upside here pretty nicely. When it comes to DELL, I want to show you guys. How you can use some pre-market data. I love using pre-market levels when there's earnings. All right. I love using pre-market levels when there's earnings. They could oftentimes give you really, really, really great buy zones. And this DELL trade is a really good example of that. DELL came out with earnings yesterday. It was a huge move to the upside. They said that there's more demand for their AI servers than they could even keep up with. And they said they got about over $2 billion in backlog, over $2 billion in backlog for their AI servers on DELL. And we were thinking about this trade for the long here today. And how do you identify your buy signals? There's some levels here in the pre-market session that I actually really, really like, and we'll talk about them. One of them was 118. And where do you get that 118 level from? Well, here you guys can see in the pre-market session, this was a nice level of resistance. Then that level broke. But when that level broke, look at the volume that came in. If we could get rid of that message on the bottom of the screen. If we can get rid of, yep, there we go. So see that little volume increase right here? You can see very low volume, right? Very low volume when you are in the pre-market session. Then all of a sudden you get this surge in volume and that level gets broken to the upside. So when I see stuff like that, when it's such a clean level pre-market and you get that nice little increase in volume on that breakthrough, I like to draw that line back across as you get then pullbacks into that zone. And then that becomes then a buy area. Right, so you drop back into that support zone, and then here's a nice little level here in the pre-market session that you guys can see, and this becomes now your buy zone with a stop loss under 115. And that ended up being an absolute picture perfect buy point. As you can see, this area starts to act as support, and then you get this nice recovery move back here to the upside, and now you're trading much higher here, even in the after-hour session, up here to 126. So this is a really nice trade and a really nice example of how you guys can use pre-market levels in order to identify buy zones. I find that these pre-market levels tend to hold the best when there's earnings. So I love that earnings pre-market action. The volume in the pre-market sessions will usually be higher because you have the earnings catalyst. So you can trust those levels a little bit more. So that's why I like them when they're earnings related. Because when you're just looking at a pre-market level just in and of itself, sometimes that pre-market volume can be extremely light. And sometimes those levels don't necessarily really seem to hold too much, or they don't necessarily tend to come into play as much as they would if there was heavier volume. The more volume that's traded at a level, whether the level holds or the level breaks, the more significant that level becomes, because the more shares that are exchanged hands at that price, the more people that are long or short at those particular levels. So I like when there's the earnings catalyst, those pre-market levels tend to hold a little bit more. They're more reliable. And I thought that was a really great example today on DELL. Okay, I feel like that was a really great example there on DELL. And there's been so many great trades lately, and there's been so many great technical lessons that I've been covering with you guys on this YouTube channel over the last couple of weeks, and DELL is still moving. DELL now is above 126 and a half. Just printed right there. And you can see DELL still moving. Go, baby, go. 126.50. What about MicroStrategy? MicroStrategy still going? Yeah, a little bit. Coinbase had a nice push into the close. Yeah, Coin had a nice push into the close, and you had this nice little rally there on MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy is now well over $1,000, man. Next resistance level on MicroStrategy, honestly, I don't really see a major level on MicroStrategy until you get to your all-time highs. And your all-time highs are all the way up at 1,300. 1,300 is your all-time high. So I mean that's really the next level of resistance that you have. But whatever. What is this? This price is. All right. So right here, this price right here is the last kind of potential level that you've got. But other than that, I don't really see there being there's no structure up here. I mean, you only traded at these prices for 2 days. You literally only traded at these prices for 2 days on MicroStrategy. So I don't know if I don't really see structure that can stop this. At this point, it's just all about Bitcoin. And MicroStrategy has just become a Bitcoin ETF because of how much Bitcoin that they own. And as Bitcoin goes up, MicroStrategy goes up. As Bitcoin goes down, MicroStrategy goes down. It's just that simple. There is a direct correlation between the price of Bitcoin and the price of MicroStrategy, a direct correlation. But I look here, and we talked about the SPY. I did a live stream on Sunday night, and I told you guys about this channel, right? And I told you exactly what I thought the markets were going to do this week. And I said that I just feel like we're going to stay inside this channel. We've been in such a beautiful upward channel ever since January, and it's been holding perfectly. So Sunday night, we did our live stream, and this was Friday, right? That was Friday's action. And we talked about consolidation pullback this week, getting to the bottom end of the channel, and then to continue trend. I thought maybe we would get to 503. 503 would actually be the bottom end of the channel, and then also the previous double top all-time high of the SPY and gap entry point from when you had this big gap up day on NVIDIA's earnings. So this was the day that NVIDIA reported earnings, Wednesday after the close. Thursday, the whole market gapped up thanks to NVIDIA's earnings, took you to the new all-time high. So you got the gap entry point and the previous double top high and the upward sloping line of the channel. And that's why my target was 503 for the bounce. You didn't quite get to 503, you got to 505. But now continuing trend on the bottom end of that channel, continuing trend right up here back to the top end. I just think you just continue to trade this channel, guys. Just continue to trade the channel until the channel breaks. Don't try to anticipate the channel breaking. Just trade the channel until it's no longer intact. Right? Just play it. Just play it until the channel breaks, right? And there has just been, you know what? It's funny. This looks very similar to 2021. Like when you go back and you look at 2021's chart, 2021 was like this, where you just had this channel, right? So look at 2021. Look at that. Like, see that upward sloping channel in 2021? Look at that. That upward sloping channel, just to give you an idea of how long those channels can remain intact, that channel didn't break until September. It started in November of 2020. Honestly, like it started all the way back here. Look at that. And look how long it stayed inside of this channel until you finally broke out of it in September, October, right? So it goes to show you how long these channels could be intact for. It's so crazy. It feels like that was forever ago. Feels like that was forever ago, and it really wasn't. It was only a couple of years ago. But that's a type of price action that I see right now is like this nice little upward sloping channel, right? Yeah, I know, Brandon, exactly. And then when it breaks down, people act like the world is ending. You have to realize that you have so much, like, nobody should panic if and when this market pulls itself back, because you are at such incredibly high levels that even a 10% pullback feels like nothing. Even a 10% pullback takes you back to like your previous all-time highs. It's like, and that would actually be the healthiest of all pullbacks. It's like if you pulled back from here back into the 480s and then the 480s hold as the previous all-time high to then continue, that would be the healthiest of healthy pullbacks. But if you got that price action, you would get people that would start panicking and freaking out if they saw the SPY back in the 480s. There's, oh, the market's crashing, the market's crashing. Like, no, the market's not crashing. The market would just be pulling back to retest the previous all-time high breakout. Here was your previous all-time highs, right? There was that previous double top all-time high. You broke it in January, right? There's the breakout in January. You got this nice big follow-through extension. You can pull all the way back to 480, right? You can pull all the way back to 480. So not really 10%. It's not a 10. That's less than a 10% pullback, but 10% would take you below that. But let me see. So what's like this is a 7%, 6%. Yeah. And that would take you 6% ish. That would take you right back into that previous all-time high. And I would fully expect the markets to bounce off that level. If and when you get there, that's too big of a level, right? There's a lot of structure there. You traded there for a couple of months, and it's the previous all-time high. And the previous all-time high has not been back tested and refilled. So it would be the first retest if you got down. I mean, guys, we're talking so far into the future because you're not going to get there in a couple of days or even a couple of weeks. It would take something would have to happen for us to really get it pulled back all the way back down to 480, like some type of a growth scare or something like that, or inflation starts to accelerate again next month. And you realize that the previous month's inflation, that January's inflation numbers that we got this month, that was not a fluke. Everyone is saying, and you got a couple of Fed members saying, hey, don't look too much into January's numbers. January numbers were a little bit of a blip or a little bit of an anomaly to the trend, and trend should continue of inflation coming back down in the next couple of months. But now that we enter March, we're about to get February's inflation data. If, let's say, February's numbers also accelerated and were higher than expected and actually ticked higher, then maybe that worries the market. Maybe that starts a pullback in the market. But the point that I'm making is that if at any point in the future you are going back into this level, then I would fully expect long trades off of that level, at least for the first test, right? Because that would be the first time you're backfilling and retesting that previous all-time high. And I think that every time that you have a clean breakout, which is what this is, this was a clean breakout of all-time highs. Whenever you backtest that breakout, you always have to test it for that long, right? You always got to test it to say that this level is going to hold, at least on that first attempt. And that's something that I'm actually starting a 9-week accelerator with our members. I'm starting a 9-week accelerator with our members on Monday. And one of the things that we're going to be going over is identifying major versus minor levels and really determining what's the difference between a major level and a minor level, because you play them differently. So when you have an extended move into a major level, it usually never breaks on the first try. An extended move into the major level. So I'll just give you an example, right? So we know that this was a major level, right? So let's look at what just happened in November, December, January. So November, December, right? You saw we had this huge rally into this resistance level, right? This is an extended move into resistance. The first time you get there, it doesn't break, right? See, the first time you get there, it doesn't break. You get this little multi-day, this little 4-day pullback. See that on your first attempt. The market needs time to consolidate before. See how it can't break it on its first couple of, it has to consolidate and then regain its power and take a breather, because this exerts a lot of energy. And then the market needs to consolidate before it's able to break through the major level. And that consolidation gives the stock market or an individual stock the time needed to recharge its battery and rest. So then it has the power to break through. Right? So now, similar to that, if something crazy were to happen, I'm not saying that this is what I expect. I don't necessarily expect this right now, but if, let's say, something happened, all of a sudden the market did this, and then you did this, and you got this like accelerated move to the downside, and you accelerate into this level, then that means I would fully expect that level to not break on the first try, but rather bounce on the first try, right? And that's kind of just another one of those quick little lessons there about major levels versus minor levels. And you can structure trades around those major levels. And they work very, very well. But you have to make sure that it's a major level, not a minor level. Major levels have a tendency to reverse trend. Minor levels have a tendency to pause trend. And those are kind of the biggest differences between major and minor levels. But you got to be able to identify them properly, right? But these are the things that make the difference in people's trading, right? These are the things that type of analysis. That's why I'm so excited to do my accelerator with all of our members starting up on Monday. To really take a deep dive into the technical analysis and my style of trading. The thing about your trading group that I actually like the best, honestly, not just because, you know, I own the company, but the thing I like most about your trading group is that you get access and exposure to so many different trading styles. It's crazy. You get access to so many different trading styles. You know, whether you're a day trader, a scalper, a swing trader, whether you trade stocks, options, futures, you get access to so many different styles. So many different styles. There's 9 professional traders that are with you each and every single trading day. And I think that, you know, having exposure to all those different types of traders allows people really to find what works for them. I'm not the type of person that's going to say, hey, it's my way or the highway. I'm not telling you got to trade the way that I trade in order to be good at this. And I'll never say that to anybody. There's so many different styles and so many different strategies, and everybody's different. Everybody has different personality types, and your personality type is going to impact the type of trader that you actually are. So I'm the other type of person to say, like, it's my way or the highway. But this has allowed us as a group to really take advantage of what has been the greatest trading environment that I've ever seen. And I try not to look at my long-term portfolio because the positions that we own or have been, I'm actually it's getting to the point where I am getting tempted to start to take profits on some of them because these stocks have moved up so incredibly much in such a short period of time that I'm like contemplating on whether or not I should take profits on some of these positions or if I just continue to hold them. Because like Broadcom, look at Broadcom, right? We added Broadcom at 500. It's at $1,400. We added it at 500 in 2022. It's at $1,400, right? NVIDIA, we added NVIDIA like in the 160s, I think. It's at 825. We added AMD around 80. It's at 203. Like we added Meta, I think like in the 180s. It's at 500. These stocks are just so incredibly high. Like we added to CrowdStrike in the 140s. It's 313. Like these stocks have just made such incredible moves that like I'm contemplating whether or not I should take profits on these positions. And I want to do something today with you guys on this live stream. It's a new segment that I've started doing on my live streams, which is called Grade My Stock. And I started doing this 2 weeks ago. Everybody loved it. It's where we sit back, I look at the charts, you guys give me a bunch of ticker symbols, you call them out, and then I will give you a grade on the stock, A, B, C, D, etc. Right? I will tell you my reasonings behind that grading, whether it's an A, a B, a C, or an F, whatever. I'll give that grading on and I'll explain to you guys why that's my grading. And the grading that I'm going to give is not based on like a day trade. It's going to be more of like a longer term type of thought process, whether it's like within the next couple of months or if it's something for like a long-term portfolio hold. But I call it Grade My Stock. It's a lot of fun. And it seems like members really, really, really enjoy it. And it's something that I want to do with you guys here today to kind of close out the week and to kick off the new month. So, oh, nice. J-Trade says, I bet you can't guess what came in the mail today. Okay, I'll tell you. That free TTG laptop came in the mail today. Thank you, TTG, Mike, and Adam. and the office crew. I appreciate True Trading Group and what I have learned. Nice, J Trades. That's awesome, man. Yeah, a lot of people don't believe. A lot of people don't believe. Don't believe that we send out free laptops to people. So J Trades just got your free laptop. Congratulations on that. Mike. Yes. So J Trades, congrats. Congrats on that one. We do, and I do have some laptops available for you guys. If anybody does want to join your trading group here this weekend, we do have a handful of laptops. We got 15 of them. They're not going to last us for the whole weekend, but we do have 15 of them. So if you guys were interested in joining True Trading Group, we do have 15 of those laptops available for people that do want to join. It's just our little gift that we give when people join. Make sure you guys have a nice, clean, brand new laptop. It doesn't have viruses. It's not going to crash and black out on you when you guys are in the middle of a position. You can use it to trade with. You can use it for work. Give it to your kid for school. You can sell the laptop on eBay. Do whatever you want with it. It's our gift to you guys. It's free. We even cover the shipping. We ship to anywhere in the world. We have members in 115 different countries. So it doesn't matter where you live. As long as you live on planet Earth, we'll get you guys that laptop. Okay. So why don't I'll tell you guys real quick how you can join the community if you guys want. We got a 54% discount that's running right now over the weekend. The price goes up Sunday at midnight. So Sunday at midnight will be a new price for the membership. It will be higher than it is right now. I'll give you guys a coupon code that you can use over the weekend. And then Sunday at midnight, that price does go up. All right. So, and I will say this before I explain to those of you that are not members how you guys could join if you're interested. Let me explain to you why I think that you should be interested. One very specific, simple reason. It's just because our members are making money becoming better traders. That's the reason that I would give you. Not because I think I'm the world's greatest trader. Not because of any reason other than our platform works. It's worked for thousands of our members in 115 different countries. And you don't take my word for it. Just see what members themselves have to say. Members, do me a favor, just real quick. Just type the number 1 if you guys are making money becoming better traders with True Trading Group. Very simple. Are you making money? Are you becoming better traders? If the answer is yes, type the number 1 inside chat. Just type the number 1 if you guys are making money and becoming better traders. Now, those of you that are maybe on the stream right now that are not members, pay attention to the comments that you see of all the people that are typing number 1. These are the reasons why. All right. This is the reason why you guys should be interested in wanting to join our community. Not because of anything else that I'm going to say. Just because of what our members are saying. Now, for those of you that are not members, go to ttgoffer.com. Just pull up that that URL. Open it in a web browser. ttgoffer.com. Then I want you to enter this coupon code, TTG121. Click apply code. You have to type it in yourself, TTG121. Click apply code. The price drops all the way down to 1017. The price is normally 2000. So you guys can drop that down to 1017 for the whole year. There's no additional cost or hidden fee or upsell for anything that you see on that page. All the items on that page are included in your membership. And don't forget, you get the free laptop. You'll know you're getting one of the laptops. There's 15 of them. You know you're getting one as long as you see it in your checkout cart. Okay. If you don't see a laptop, that means we've sold out. They're not going to last all weekend. So even if you're watching this stream after it's aired, just go check ttgoffer.com. Just go check and see if you see a laptop in the checkout cart. If you do, that means you're getting one. So J Trades just got his laptop today. So congratulations, J Trades, on getting yourself that free laptop. It's a great gift. Comes with Microsoft 365 for the year. It's a Windows 11 laptop. It's yours. It's totally free. We even cover the shipping. You don't have to enter your email. You don't have to enter your address to get your laptop. You're going to get a welcome email when you join us. There's instructions in that welcome email how to claim the laptop. So just be on the lookout for it. Okay. So everything on that page, all of our courses, simplified and expanded upon version of the training I received working at the fund in New York. You're going to get Benzinga Pro's real-time newsfeed, congressional trading data, trading views charts, the trade ideas scanner, unusual options activity, options flow, dark pool data, AI trading tools, a trading journal, a social sentiment scanner, analyst ratings. All of this is included when you join our community for the 1017. You don't have to pay anything extra for it. Okay? You don't have to pay anything extra for it. It's all included. Just go to ttgoffer.com, use the code TTG121. I also offer you guys a double your money back. I offer you guys a double your money back guarantee as well. I don't think you need it, but it's there for peace of mind. So when you join our community, if you go through our courses, pass our quizzes, and attend one study group, if you are unable to make back your membership fee at least one time during your membership, I'll give you guys back $2,034. That's double your money. That's how confident we are in the platform we've created. Our refund rate is less than 2.5%. Our retention rate amongst members is 78%. And we're 5-star rated on Trustpilot with over 2,500 reviews. That's why I can offer you guys double your money back without blinking an eye. All you got to do is go to ttgoffer.com and then use the coupon code TTG121. Click apply code, drops down. Nice. Way to go, Sam. Sam says, I didn't know anything a year ago. Now I'm a better trader and a better person. That's awesome. Great group of people. Fantastic. Sam, I love that, man. I love that you said you're a better person too. That's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, guys, so you got the double your money back guarantee. I don't think you need it, but it's there for peace of mind, right? And it's there for you to be able to hold us accountable. All right. You have any questions? Don't hesitate. Send us a text message, 1-888-306-8783. That's 1-888-306-8783. Text that number with any questions, any comments, any concerns, any issues signing up. Text that number. We'll answer any questions that you guys have. Otherwise, go right to ttgoffer.com and use the code TTG121. You might pay for some of that stuff already. Like if you already pay for Benzinga Pro, if you pay for Trading View, if you pay for trade ideas, if you pay for dark pool data, if you pay for short data, and all this, you don't need to pay for that stuff anymore. When you join our community, you guys get access to it. No additional cost. All right. That price is good until Sunday at midnight. 15 laptops. Okay. They are first come, first serve. Totally free. We cover shipping. All right. Fantastic. All right, guys, let's go ahead and let's begin our segment known as Grade My Stock. Grade My Stock. Let's go ahead and kick things off with our new fun segment called Grade My Stock. Google Alphabet. Google. Here's the deal, right? I own Alphabet. It's one of my largest positions in my long-term portfolio. I think it is position size. I'd have to check. It might be position size number 5 or 6. I'm pretty sure NVIDIA has jumped Alphabet. Not because I've added more. It's just that NVIDIA has just gone up so much that the value of the position has really accelerated. So my biggest positions are the obvious ones: Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, Microsoft, Meta, and NVIDIA. And I have to check, but I'm pretty sure NVIDIA has jumped maybe Amazon and Alphabet. So my biggest positions are Apple and Microsoft. And then Meta. NVIDIA might be position size number 4 now. I'd have to actually open it up and look. So I like Alphabet. Okay. I like Alphabet. I really, really do. But it is disappointing how much they have fumbled this whole AI thing. It's crazy how much they have fumbled this AI situation. And, with ChatGPT is taking away search from Google. TikTok is taking away search from Google. Google is seeing there used to be no other means to get information other than Google something. Now, one single person here used Bing, right? You don't use Bing. None of you use Bing. Nobody used Yahoo. Nobody uses Firefox. It was just Google. You needed to know something. You had a question. You needed to look something up. You Googled it. Now, people are chat GPTing it. People are chat GPTing to get answers. They're not necessarily going to Google. You have all the younger generation. They don't go to Google. They just search for it on TikTok. They use TikTok as a search engine. So you're losing search on Alphabet. And at the same time, their AI launches have been very disappointing. Now, do I think that is a long-term problem or a short-term speed bump? For me, it's a short-term speed bump. The reason why for me it's a short-term speed bump, when you look at how AI advances and how AI develops, it learns. It learns. Name one company that has more information and data at its disposal for AI to learn at a faster pace than any other program than Alphabet. For me, Alphabet's an A. They've had blunders when it comes to AI, but I think they're going to get it. They're going to get it right. I think they're going to get it fixed. They're going to right the ship. They've stumbled along the way, but for me, Alphabet is an A. It will maintain a forever position in my long-term portfolio. I have zero intention on selling it. I added to it in 2022. I have no intention on selling the position. I know it's underperformed recently, but for me, it's a temporary kind of speed bump. I think they're going to get it figured out. Abercrombie and Fitch, I see someone just said. This stock is a runaway train. It's funny that someone just asked me about Abercrombie and Fitch because I just had a conversation about Abercrombie and Fitch with one of my friends today. And I mean, listen, the RSI is 94. Okay. On the weekly chart. It's 84 on the intraday. I can't, no way, no how could I buy the stock right now at 131. If I would not be willing to buy the stock right now, then I really can't consider it an A, right? Now, I do like Abercrombie and Fitch. I think the company's management has done a fantastic job of bringing this brand back to life. This brand was getting lost. The brand was getting lost in like teenage land. And it was getting lost in a younger crowd and like younger kids' clothing. Their management team has done a phenomenal job of bringing back an adult consumer to Abercrombie. It's no longer like a teenager's brand or like a college kid's brand. They have done a great job of bringing back adult consumers and really separating. And I think what is the Hollister is, I think, where they focus more on like the younger, and you have Abercrombie kids, right? You do have Abercrombie kids. But management has done a great job of making that adjustment, which was not an easy adjustment to do. But they did it. And the stock is proof of that. I'm not sure if there's a big short position on this. I'd have to go back and check if there's a decent sized short on Abercrombie, and maybe this is a short squeeze. But for the stock to go straight up like this ever since May of last year it's gone straight up since May of last year. So I'm not going to give it an A. because I think the stock is extended and I wouldn't be comfortable buying it here. So I'm going to give this one a B because I think that the management team has done a phenomenal job, and I think it's buyable on pullbacks. If you're already in it, then congratulations. Congratulations if you're already in it. Yeah. Tesla. Tesla for me is an A. I do own Tesla. It's an A for me in a much longer time frame, and let me explain to you why. You see, I don't really care necessarily about Tesla selling electric vehicles. What I care the most about with Tesla is electric vehicle infrastructure and electric vehicle technology. So, see, I think that everybody that's talking about electric vehicles, I think they've all got the timing of this wrong. Like, oh, by 2030, we're going to be this much electric vehicles. I think people are out of their mind if they think that by 2030, even 20% of the cars on the road are going to be electric vehicles, never mind 50. I just don't think it's going to happen as quickly as people think. I think that transition is going to take a lot more time than what is expected. But that transition is the future. And that there's really no denying that the auto industry is going towards eventually a full electric economy, where I think like gas powered, combustion engines are going to be looked at as like a weekend toy, but the everyday driver is going to be an electric vehicle. Is kind of what I think you're going to see a transition where, people will, have their Porsche or their Corvette as like their toy, or like their Camaro or their Charger or their Mustang as their toy, and the everyday drive, the weekend driver. And then you'll have the electric vehicle as the everyday driver. I feel like that's where this is going. But in order for you to have a fully electric vehicle, like auto industry, as far as like cars on the road, it's going to require a dramatic change and shift and evolution in infrastructure. And I don't think we should rely on the government to do that, because government can't do anything right. And you're not going to get it from companies like ChargePoint or Blink Energy. I think it's going to be Tesla that's going to be responsible for changing the EV industry and EV infrastructure. And I think that there's so much potential value in Tesla to do that down the road, then maybe there is even more value in that than there is in them selling electric vehicles themselves. So I look at Tesla as not just an EV car maker, but also an EV infrastructure developer and EV technology developer. And I think that's where a lot of untapped value is going to be in this stock. I don't want Elon Musk to leave Tesla. I know there's some people that are like, oh, maybe it's time for a new CEO. I completely and utterly disagree. Elon Musk is one of the greatest minds of our generation. He is like the Ben Franklin of our generation. Everything the guy touches turns to gold. How he has enough time to run Tesla, Twitter, SpaceX, Starlink, Burrow. I don't know how he finds the time to run all of those companies, or boring. How he finds, I have a hard time running True Trading Group and balancing my life, a personal life. How he manages all of those companies is completely beyond me, how the guy has enough time to even sleep. But the passion that he has for Tesla, I don't ever want that to be replaced. I believe that like founders and the people that build these companies from the ground up, and I know Elon Musk came into Tesla, he didn't make Tesla, but for all intents and purposes, he's the founder. I mean, he's founder of Tesla. Tesla was nothing before Elon Musk. Let's be real, right? I know that, Mark Zuckerberg actually created Facebook Elon Musk didn't necessarily create Tesla, but really he created Tesla, right? Let's call it what it is. I don't ever want him to leave. I want his passion to stay at the helm of Tesla, just like I want Mark Zuckerberg to stay at the helm of Tesla. They're not doing it for the money. Elon Musk is one of the richest men in the entire world. He's not still the CEO of Tesla because he wants the money. Mark Zuckerberg is not the CEO of Facebook or Meta because he wants the money. Look at Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos was like, I'm out of here, right? Jeff Bezos was like, I don't want to be CEO of Amazon anymore. I want to go live my life. I want to be super rich. I want to enjoy the fruits of my labor. I'm going to go and focus on going to space. And he left Amazon. Right? He's like, I'm out. I'm good. I'm done, right? You don't see Elon Musk doing that. You don't see Mark Zuckerberg doing that because they're too passionate about the companies that they run. And I want that to stay with Tesla. So I'm bullish on Tesla. I own Tesla. And for me, it's an A. Is it a buy at these levels? I think so. You know, I think so. I think you can own it. You can own it here. You know, especially if you don't own it at all, I think you can own it here. You know, I would say that, like, as I sit here and I take a look at this chart, I mean, really the better levels where, like, I feel like you're getting a steal is probably more down here, but you may not get there. You know, you may not get all the way down here, which is why it's like when you have stocks that you like, I mean, first of all, you have this massive downtrend, right? This downtrend needs to break. Okay. Once that downtrend breaks, forget about it. Okay. But, you know, scale into it. Like if you don't own it and you want to own it, scale into it. Decide how much money you want to put into the stock and scale in. You take a nibble here. If it drops to like the 160s, you take another nibble. If it drops under 150, you buy another chunk and you sit back and you relax and you let the position grow over time. Right. So I think it's okay to nibble at it here, regardless of what happens in the short term. In the short term, I actually think that, you know, you might move back to the downside here in the very near term. But, you know, as far as the long-term portfolio, I think it's a decent spot to take a nibble. Yeah, Travis, I agree. If news ever broke that Elon Musk was leaving Tesla, the stock tanks 20%, in my opinion. The stock would drop to 150 instantly. Palantir. Palantir for me, I'm gonna give it a B plus. I think that there are much better AI plays, but when you look at some of these AI plays, you look at NVIDIA, you look at AMD, you look at Microsoft, you look at Broadcom, these stocks have all exploded, right? So it's like, okay, if you don't own NVIDIA right now, when the hell do you buy it, right? If you don't own Broadcom right now, when the hell do you buy it? If you don't own AMD right now, when the hell do you buy it? Fortunately for us, we own all of these stocks already, and we've owned them for a long time. And we own them for much lower prices. Thank you. Thank God for that. Okay. But Palantir has not made a move yet, right? I mean, you're nowhere near your all-time high. You're not even at recent resistance price structure in the high 20s. And what's nice is that their last earnings report, one of the things I really liked about their last earnings report was they start to see real improvement in non-government business. My biggest concern with Palantir, when everybody went crazy about Palantir in 2021, was so much of their business was government related. And they really didn't have that private sector business. But they specifically addressed this in their earnings call that was a couple of weeks ago. And they made it a point in their earnings report to actually talk about that increase in business that they got that's non-government related. If they can really start to build out that side of their business, I think there's a lot of upside on Palantir. And I think it's a good way to play. It's a good way to be invested in AI without having to spend $1,000 a share for Broadcom, for NVIDIA, or $200 a share on AMD, or $400 on Microsoft or $500 on Meta, I think it's a good way for you to say, okay, it's a cheaper stock. It hasn't gone crazy yet, but the company has potential to go crazy over the course of the next 3, 5, 7 years. So I'm not going to give it an A because, you know, I don't necessarily like it as much as some of the others, but it's definitely a name that I think has a lot of potential. And for that, we'll give it a BB+. Snow. Good question. I am very disappointed in the news that broke 2 days ago on Snowflake. So Snowflake is a stock that's in my long-term portfolio. I own it from just underneath $117 a share. I bought it in 2022 in June. It's like 116.83, 116.84, something like that is my price. So listen, yes, I'm still up nice. The stock's at 186, but I was up even nicer when it was 230. They came out with earnings 2 days ago. The earnings weren't bad. They actually beat earnings per share and they beat on revenue. But the CEO is stepping down. And I don't like that because I like Frank Slootman. And part of the reason why I invested in Snowflake was because all of the times that I saw Frank interviewed, I was very impressed. And I really liked him as a CEO. When you invest in a company, you have to realize you're investing in management. You're not just investing in a product or a service. You're investing in management. I did not like Palantir's CEO when I first saw this dude speak, which was part of the reason why I did not put Palantir in my long-term portfolio when everybody was asking me about it in 2021. I really didn't like the guy. I didn't feel comfortable with him. And he didn't seem to me to have like strong leadership qualities. He really just kind of seemed like, you know, like just, hey, he's a computer guy and he's a tech guy, but he really didn't have like public company CEO it factor, which you have in like Jensen Huang with NVIDIA. You have that, right? You have that with Lisa Su with AMD. You have that with Mary Barra of General Motors. I think she's fantastic also. You know, there's a certain, you know, and also Tim Cook has that with Apple. Mark Zuckerberg has that now as he's matured. He has that at Meta, you know. So I just think that Frank Slootman stepping down is like, why? Why? It's like, it's so early in this company's development. It's so early in this company's development. And I'm like, why are you stepping down now? It's like, there's so much work to be done. There's so much growth ahead for this company. Why would you step down now? He's still chairman of the board. Okay. He's still chairman of the board. A lot of people think Cook is bad for Apple. I think those people are crazy. You have to realize, I think Tim Cook had the hardest job in the world, maybe outside of being president, in filling the shoes of Steve Jobs. Tim Cook had to fill the biggest shoes that there were in the world, right? Steve Jobs? You had to replace Steve Jobs? And he still somehow figured out a way to continuously increase shareholder value for Apple shareholders throughout that entire time. And he was able to shift, bring innovation back, and grow a services side of Apple's business, which there was not a services side under Steve Jobs that really happened under Tim Cook, where he was able to build out that service-based revenue with Apple. Yes, Apple has run into some problems and Apple is stuck in the mud. But I think India is going to be a major growth driver for Apple. I do. China was a major growth driver for Apple. And I think India is going to be another major growth driver for Apple over the next several years. I think Apple's going to get their stuff together. But listen, Apple's a $3 trillion company, right? You're not going to buy Apple and it's going to go up 2,000% like NVIDIA, right? That's not going to happen. Okay, so you have to understand like how big these companies are and what they're worth versus how much their stocks could potentially go up and the value of the companies could potentially go up. So I know Apple's had their problems, but it's still, you know, my top 2 largest position, even with the stock underperforming this year. But I've owned Apple for over a decade, right? So I mean, you look at what Apple's done in the last 15 years, obviously. You know, greatest shareholder value that you could have asked for over that period of time. But I don't think it would be fair to be against Tim Cook on that one. But back to Snowflake, I'm not selling my position. I'm going to wait and see how this new CEO, transition goes. I don't know anything about this new person. I don't even know if it's a man or woman. I have to actually go back and look. But I have to look into, and this is one of the things I was actually going to do this weekend, was kind of look into the new CEO for Snowflake and see their resume, see what they've done, see what their experience is, see what their expertise is. And I'm going to wait. I'm going to see how that transition goes. I'm going to watch a couple interviews with that CEO as they get interviewed as the new CEO. And I'm going to pay attention to the next couple of quarters, the next couple of earnings reports that come out for the company, because I love Snowflake. I really do like Snowflake. And there's a lot of potential in Snowflake over the next 5-7 years. I look at Snowflake as a potential unicorn for me. But it is disappointing to see Frank Slootman step down. And I need to see how the company does without him. So that's what we'll do. So don't immediately take this dip as a good buying opportunity until we look into the new CEO. Nick, it's a great question, brother. It's a great question. I think this sell-off, this sell-off is not necessarily an earnings-related sell-off. It really is the CEO stepping down and just the uncertainty that lies there. If you don't own it at all, this dip into the 200-day moving average could be a spot to start to nibble. But I'm not adding to my position just yet. But again, I own it from underneath 117, so it's a little bit different. But if you want to take a nibble on it, down 20%, sure. But I'm going to wait and see what happens. You have a nice support level here, right? You have a nice little support level right here. Maybe the stock holds this level and starts to recover. So if you want to take a nibble out of here, I do think that's okay. If you don't own it at all, but you want to. All right. Root. What is this company? I don't even know what this company does. I see it was a gigantic piece of flaming hot garbage until about 2 weeks ago. Like, this is a flaming piece of hot garbage until 6 days ago. So I don't know, you know, I'm not even sure what this company does. I'm going to give it a C. And the reason I'm giving it a C is fully understand I don't know anything about the company. Okay. That's number one. Okay. So number one, I don't know anything about the company. It's not a stock I've been paying attention to. Somebody asked me about this today earlier, but it's just not a stock that's been on my radar. I see it's had this like big move to the upside, but it's not something that I've really been looking at or that I've really been necessarily focused on. So I'd have to go back and see like, what's the reason why the stock is doing this? Is this just a short squeeze? Is it a short squeeze? Is there some type of news? Like why? But I'll tell you what, a stock going up for 6 days is not going to make me just completely forget about what happened over the last 3 years. So trust me, if there's a reason the stock's gone up for 6 days, there's a reason it's gone down for 4 years. So that's the way that I look at it. You got a huge resistance level here in around 40, and here it is. So you guys can see previous resistance right back here from 2022. If you clear that out, maybe you get a little bit more of a squeeze. But just from looking at the chart, again, not knowing anything about the company, not knowing the catalyst for what made this stock go higher, okay? I don't know why that is. So the grade I'm giving you right now and the analysis I'm giving you is solely based on the chart. Now, I might go and do some research and look and see why the stock made this move. And if it's something that is really fundamentally game-changing for the company, then that might change the analysis that I'm giving you, being completely honest with you. But for me, this to me looks like some type of news. Social media got wind, a big Reddit push, short squeeze, shorts cover. The stock's been down for 3 years. I'm assuming there's probably a decent short position on the stock. And I'm assuming this is a bit of a short squeeze. That's my initial thoughts. So I see here that they are an online car insurance company. Okay. An online car insurance company. Do you know anyone that uses Root car insurance? Does anybody know anyone that uses Root car insurance? I'm asking a real question right now. I'm not like making a joke. I'm like seriously, because I don't. I've never heard of it. I don't know anyone that uses Root, but I'm curious if anybody else uses Root. You had it at one time, Leonard? Leonard, was it good? Was your experience with them good? Jeffrey's upgraded Root from $10 to $40. So like here's the point that I'm making, right? Like, I don't know. I never heard of this company before the stock started moving higher. I don't know anybody that uses their product or service. So I have no intentions on buying it in my long-term portfolio. Just because the stock is up a few 100% in the last 2 weeks, I would probably be more inclined to take profit than I would be to buy it now. Watch, I'm going to say that, and like in 2 weeks, it's going to be at $100, and someone's going to come back on my live stream and be like, "You're an idiot." I'm telling you, watch, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So I'm just giving you guys that based on the chart without really knowing anything about the company or why the stock just made this move. But I have no intentions. I have no intentions on putting that in my long-term portfolio. Ooh, Debbie, good question. Mara, do you think it's like potential short squeeze above 32 in the near term? So I do still think that the short squeeze in Mara is still in play. Obviously, the disappointing earnings miss broke that down. It looked like we were trying to break out above that 32, and then they had earnings and the big drop. But it looks like the stock is starting to find its footing off that earnings drop. I think if anything, that earnings drop reloads the short position and could potentially be more fuel for a possible squeeze. The thing that is challenging though now with Mara, you're going to need Bitcoin to make a new all-time high and push to like 75K in order for Mara to really squeeze. Just Bitcoin going up another $2,000, $3,000 a coin is not going to do it. Mike, you can see MicroStrategy is already making that move. Mara got put into the back burner because of their earnings, and you have this big drop to the downside. Right? So I still think that a short squeeze is definitely in play here. I think there's a great support level in the low to mid 20s. And I like the reversal candle today. I do think the stock can get back above 30, but it's very simple. If you think Bitcoin's going higher, you're long Mara and you're long MicroStrategy. If you think Bitcoin's going down, you're short Mara and you're short MicroStrategy. It really is just that simple. As Bitcoin goes, these stocks will go. As Bitcoin falls, these stocks will fall. Okay. Just want your opinion on EV vehicles. How much do you actually save charging an EV vehicle up versus buying gasoline? Uncle T, you don't want my opinion on electric vehicles because I hate electric vehicles. You will never see me with an electric vehicle. I absolutely hate them. I think they're all ugly. I hate that they don't make a sound. I don't like them. That's me personally. I don't like electric vehicles. Listen, I'm a driver. Okay. I actually have raced cars like on a track. I don't like electric vehicles. That is my personal preference. Okay. I would go to different racetracks around the country. I would go to the Vegas Speedway a lot. I would race on that track. I like driving. I'm a very aggressive driver. I need a car that I feel when I am driving. I need to feel the car. I need to feel the power of the car. I need to feel the car's capabilities. I need to hear the car. I hate electric vehicles. I hate when I turn on the electric vehicle. There's no sound. It's just like, and then it's like, oh, I'm ready to go. And it's like, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. Me personally, I just don't like them. Okay. Nothing against electric vehicles. I'm nothing against them. I personally just don't like them. Okay. That's just me. That's just me. But I will say this, the fastest acceleration car I've ever driven was an electric vehicle. The fastest acceleration I've ever experienced in my life was the electric Porsche Turbo S. Oh my God, why am I drawing a blank? The Porsche Taycan, I think. The Porsche Taycan Turbo S. Is that it? Porsche Taycan? Yeah, the Porsche Taycan. Yep, that was it. The Porsche Taycan Turbo S. Okay, so the Porsche Taycan Turbo S, specifically the Turbo S, is the fastest acceleration that I've ever experienced in a car. And I've driven actual race cars. But from a straight standing stop, that thing was like 0 to 60 in less than 2 seconds. It was like 1.65 seconds or something, like from 0 to 60. It was absolutely insane. But once you get up to the higher ends, the combustion engines and the gasoline engines will take you in a longer distance. But off the line, no one's going to touch that torque and that acceleration that you're going to get on the Taycan Turbo S. So if you're racing somebody for like 100 feet, that's a car you want to be in. But if you're going to race me on a track, get that electric vehicle out of here. Oh man. Have you ever flown in an F-15? No. Is that like a thing? Like, is that like an open thing? Like, could I just go somewhere and could I just go to a military base and fly in an F-16? I could. Okay, hold on a second. Time out. This is new to me. This is news. Can I go? I can go to like a military base. Well, F-15s are old. What about like the newer ones? What about an F-18? An F-18? I'm sure I would pass out. Nothing can really prepare you for the G-force of a fighter jet. Nothing can really prepare you for the G-forces of a fighter. If you don't train for that, chances are you're going to pass out or you're going to throw up, one of the other, if not both. If you're going to experience like real G-force, and if you just go up and you just coast around, that's fine. But if you're going to really experience true Gs, 4G, 5G, like if you're going to start pulling that, you're going to pass out or throw up if you're not trained for that. But I definitely would do it. I definitely would do it. All right. All right, guys, that's it. I think that kind of wraps things up. That finishes off the grade my stock. Okay. I got to look into that though. I got to look into flying on in a fighter jet. I would love to do that. It'd be cool if they let you fire like dummy missiles. That'd be pretty cool too. I got to look into that though. But yeah, I haven't raced actually in a while, but I'm 1 second off the average pro lap. I'm 1 second off the average pro lap in my racing. I haven't done it in a while though. And now I got a kid coming. So I'm probably not going to, I don't know if we'll see. We'll see, but I'm 1 second off the average pro lap. I wanted to get that second off, but I got to tell you, it's hard. Like you might think you're like, oh, it's just 1 second, right? Like the average pro lap on the track that I would go to is 50 seconds. And my best lap time was 51.4. So I'm like a second and a half off of the average pro lap, but it's like getting that down is so incredibly hard. It's so incredibly hard. Like, oh, it's only 1 second. It's an eternity. it's 1 second's an eternity on a racetrack. But anyway, that's it, folks. All right, that does it for our live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed this session of Grade My Stock. I had a blast hanging out with you guys here on a Friday afternoon. Hope you guys enjoyed the Grade My Stock session. I sure as hell did, and we'll see what the markets give us next week. Sunday evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I am going to go live on Sunday evening, and we'll talk about everything that's coming up next week, and we will go over my top trade ideas for the week. All right. So again, if you guys have not yet done so, make sure you head on over to ttgoffer.com. Use that coupon code TTG121. Click apply code. The price drops down to $10.17 for the whole year. See a laptop, you're getting one. It's as simple as that. I'll take a moment. I'll show you guys what the platform actually looks like for those of you that are interested. Let me see here. So here's our chat room, right? This is what our chat room looks like, where Mods and I share our screen with you. We're live on the mic. We're calling out trades. We're answering questions. You got the mobile app in case you can't be in front of your computer to be notified when mods enter and exit positions. You're going to get 2 private study group sessions with our mods to speed up your learning curve. You're going to get congressional trading data to track trades by Congress. Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed. You're going to get TradingView's premium charting software, the Trade Ideas scanner to help you guys focus on the hottest stocks during the day, a simulator to practice trading with fake money, our own proprietary scanner to let you guys create custom scans, unusual options activity, options flow, dark pool data, short data, analyst ratings. All this stuff is included when you guys join our platform. There's a trading journal that tracks your trading for you, with social sentiment scanner, tells you what's being talked about most on social media. You'll watch us from the moderators every day telling you exactly the stocks we're focused on with entry and exit points. And then you've got the courses. The courses are a simplified and expanded upon version of the training I received working at the fund in New York. There's beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, you name it, we've got it. You guys have access to it at no additional cost. Guys, I can't guarantee you'll be successful just by joining True Trading Group. But what I can guarantee is if you join, go through our courses, pass our quizzes, attend one study group, if you can't make enough winning trades to equal the $1,017 membership fee, you can't do that at least one time during your membership. We'll give you back $2,034. That's double your membership fee. You got the free laptop for the next 15 people. Any questions, text us 1-888-306-8783. The W money back guarantee, it's real. It's right there on the checkout page in black and white. Go read it. Subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, turn on your notifications. I'll see you all Sunday evening, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Set your